Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thanks for joining me for another video. This is my September most anticipated games video. Before I go into September, I would like to talk about some of the games I was excited for. One of them being No Man's Sky, and you may or may not have seen my review of it. I had some initial impressions that I kind of put together a quick video about. I know there's a lot of controversy going on around the game and people feeling as though Hello Games have lied to them and, went back on promises or just outright lied about things that were in the game. I'm not one of those people who's like super angry about it. I just don't have the time to just get all up in arms about a video game. While I agree that it wasn't exactly what I expected it to be, I still enjoyed what it is so far. I think that they can easily fix a lot of problems through patches and adding new DLC that's free, just adding in some things that I guess people felt were missing. And in the end, I think part of the thing that you get into when you're doing these sorts of procedurally generated games is like, it's not going to be as different on every planet as you think, because there's only so much they can do. There's only so much that the system picks from when it's creating these planets, as opposed to having someone sitting there and actually making sure that there are interesting, unique planets and like crazy things happening, which obviously would have taken even longer because that would require people sitting there and planning out all these planets. I do agree that there are some things that are really disappointing that were not there at all that I did expect, and I do agree that there's some responsibility that needs to be taken by Hello Games, and they haven't really talked about it much, which kind of makes it more sketchy. Nobody's really directly answering the problems and the issues and the questions. But at the same time, I got my hours out of it. I still go back to it once in a while when I just kind of want something chill to play for a couple of hours. We'll have to see where it all goes from here, especially with all this controversy. But in the end, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was not, like I said, what I expected, but I still had fun with it. Moving into September, there actually aren't that many games for September that I'm excited about. I feel like more of the big releases are October and November, so I'm sure my next few videos will be much longer and bigger. But the first one that I am excited for is the BioShock collection, and I actually have that pre-ordered, and I'm really pumped. BioShock is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I wish I could erase my memory of especially 1 and Infinite and redo it all over again, because those stories were so good, so rich and so full of detail and nuances and things that you don't realize until the end or even playing through again. And I just absolutely love the atmosphere and the world of BioShock. I think even 2 is a fun game. It might not be as strong as 1 and Infinite for me personally, but it is still a fun game and still gave more as a game than I think a lot of other games do. So I'm really excited to get my hands on the collection. I've seen kind of those comparison videos of what the old version looks like versus the remastered. In some cases, it looks a lot better. In some scenes, it's not as obvious, but honestly, it's not even just about graphics for me. It's just about getting to replay all 3 of those games on my PS4 on like my most updated system without having to go back and like hook up my 360 and do all that stuff. So I'm really excited about that. Another game I'm excited about is Divinity Original Sin 2. Believe right now for September it will be early access. It's not going to be the full game. I actually hopped on the Divinity Original Sin bandwagon late. I just finished up the last one about a month or 2 ago. So it's fresh in my mind, so I'm ready to jump on a new game. I'm a little hesitant about it being early access. It's kind of like what happened with We Happy Few, where I played a bit and I enjoyed it, but like I didn't want to go too far because it's not the full game yet, and I didn't want to almost waste my time until everything was, 100%. So we'll see what my decision is with buying Divinity Original Sin 2 as early access, or if I'm going to wait for the full launch and the full game. But I'm just excited to see that it's happening. That's kind of it for like my really big, exciting games. I feel like there's a lot of cool games that were on PC that are coming to PS4, which is kind of cool. Like Darkest Dungeon, Don't Starve Together, but I've also played those games on Steam, so there isn't a need for me to pick them up, but like I recommend them for someone who is waiting for them to be on PS4 or just has a PS4. I'm also sort of interested in the Star Wars Battlefront expansion, the Death Star expansion. I haven't played Battlefront in months, but I think that with some new stuff added to it, I could pick it up again. So I need to honestly look more into it because I really haven't, like I said, I haven't played in months. I've kind of fallen off that bandwagon. But if the DLC looks interesting enough, it might bring me back in, at least for another few weeks. I enjoyed Battlefront for what it was from the beginning, and when all my friends were playing it, it was great, but I feel like a lot of people moved off to other things, and so it's not as fun when you're just playing with a bunch of strangers and you can't like sync up and, you know, have your squad. But we'll see if they can convince me to go back to it. That's pretty much it. There isn't like too many major releases in September. Like I said, October, November is going to be the way bigger time of the year, so those videos will probably be much longer. But if there's something that I didn't talk about, if you're like, oh my god, Christine, what are you talking about? There's no big releases because X is coming out in September, and how dare you not bring it up? Please let me know in the comments below, or you can tweet me at IvyWinterYT. I always want to hear what you guys are into, what you're waiting for, what your thoughts are on some of my picks. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. I always appreciate another subscription, and I really enjoy interacting with all of you, so definitely come back for future videos because it'd be great to have those discussions with you guys. Thanks for watching another video, and have a great rest of the day. Bye.